Hi everyone. In this video, I will be showing you how to use Canva and Mailchimp for your email announcements. We will be starting with a quick Canva demo. To get started, please navigate to canva.com and log in if you already have an account or sign up if you do not have one. Please note that there is no campus-wide license for Canva. Once you are signed in, I would recommend doing either an Instagram post size or an Instagram story size, as that would fit your Mailchimp announcement best. You can click either one of these two options as they have already been pre-sized for you. For the purposes of this demo, I will be doing an Instagram post square size. Go ahead and click on that and you will be redirected to a brand new file. From here, you can either choose a template to edit or you can create a design from scratch. If you're using a template, you are able to change the colors, the font, the text to fit your design view better. Look through the templates if you're choosing one and pick one that speaks to you, that catches your eye. For this demo, I will be doing a back to school theme. I personally like this design, so I'm going to go ahead and click it to apply it to my page. Once the template has been applied to your page, you are able to change the color of your design elements, or you can change the text itself. So I like the way that this looks right now. I just want to add Yodis to it to make it a little bit more customized to CSUSB. I like this, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this text box and hit this duplicate button. Once it duplicates, I'm going to drag it down to where I want the Yodis to go. And I'm going to edit the text to show Yodis. I want this to be a little bit bigger, so I have two options. I can either change the font size using this plus button to increase the font size, or I can drag out this corner to make it bigger. Since I want back to school to be centered in my design, I'm going to select and group all of the text. And I can do that by clicking on the first element, holding Shift, and then proceeding to click the other text boxes. Let go of Shift and you should see this group button. Go ahead and click on it. Once again, position, and you're going to hit middle, and there it is in the middle of your page. You are able to group other design elements, not just text boxes. So that process that we just did, you are able to do it with anything. These flowers, the grass, the sun, the clouds, doesn't matter. Now I want to move this little scribble down, but it is currently behind my text. So to get to it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the text one more time, click on position, go to layers. I'm going to select the dash and I'm going to bring it above the text. Now I'm able to drag this down and there we go. Please note that you're able to change any element you want from a template, not just text. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a design from scratch. So I'm going to add a page. So we have a blank page. When starting a design from scratch, you're able to change the background color. So we currently have it to white. I'm going to make it CSUSB blue. I already have this color saved to our brand colors to our account, but if you want to copy the CSUSB hex code, it is 0065BD. From here, if you click on elements, you're able to search for elements that you want to include in your page. So to keep it within the back to school theme, I'm going to look for a desk. So I want graphics just because I do want the blue background. So I'm not going to add a photo to my background. If you do want to add a picture to your background, you're able to click on the picture that you want. You can right click on the picture and do replace background. And that will set the picture you selected to be your background. So I'm going to go look through the graphics to see which desk I like. I like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it, add it to my design. And I'm going to resize it just a little bit and put it down on the bottom of my design. I also want to add some doodles to this. So I'm going to look up chalk doodles. I'm going to look through the graphics to see which ones I like. And I will do these stars. Note that you are not able to change the color of all graphics. You will know if you are able to change the color of a certain graphic element if when you click on the element, you see this circle appear. You can click on the color circle and choose the color you want the element to be. I'm going to go ahead and resize it by clicking on these four corners and then just dragging to where I want the element to be. And I once again am duplicating just to have these stars everywhere. To flip an element so that it kind of mirrors each other, click on the element you want to be flipped, click on this option that says flip, and do flip horizontal. Now that it's flipped, I will go ahead and duplicate this and add it to this side. You're able to change the transparency of elements by clicking on an element and clicking on this grid, transparency. 100% transparency means it is not see-through, and the more you drag this slider down, the more transparent your elements become. Since I will put text over this, I want my stars to be more transparent to make the text more visible. I can change the transparency of all elements at one time by holding Shift while I'm selecting the elements, letting go of Shift, coming to transparency, and dragging the slider down. You can also manually type in a number. Now that I have my stars the way I want them to be, I'm going to go ahead and add a text box. So I come over here to text, click add a text box. I'm going to change the text to mimic the text on the first page. If you drag from either rectangle on this side, it will make the text box smaller, compressing your text. So I will keep it like that, bring this up so it's centered. And once again, I want this text to be white. So I'm going to highlight all of my text and change my text color with this button right here. And I want this to be white. And there you go. You can also select one of these pre-made font combinations if you're looking through these fonts and you like the way they look. If you go ahead and click on one of these, for example, let me add a new page to show you, and I'll change the color to make it a little bit more visible. If you select one of these pre-made fonts, you're able to change the text itself, but keep the same font and styling. If this happens, all you need to do is ungroup, and then you can go ahead, move this, close the text box a little bit more, and expand this text box. And there you go. Once you're satisfied with your creation, whether that be a pre-made template that you edited to your liking or a post you created from scratch, and you are ready to export this picture, you can go ahead and hit share, download. I always keep it as a PNG. You can do PNG or JPEG. That's what I recommend for Mailchimp. It is completely up to you. Since the suggested file type is PNG, I tend to always keep it PNG. It always defaults to downloading all the pages in your current project. I would make sure to just download the project that you want. So for example, I just want page 1. So I'm going to select page 1, hit done, and then hit download. We're going to let this download. And now that it's downloaded, we are going to go ahead and go over to Mailchimp. To get started with Mailchimp, please navigate to mailchimp.com. You can go ahead and create an account by clicking on login and create an account. In our office, we use the free version of Mailchimp, so I will show you how you can use the free version of Mailchimp for your communications. Creating your account is really simple. Just go ahead, fill out this information, follow the prompts, and once your account is verified, you will be able to get started with Mailchimp. Once you're signed into Mailchimp, this is your homepage or your landing page. The first thing I suggest you do is navigate to Audience and click on All Contacts. Please note that the free version of Mailchimp does have a limit to the number of contacts you can add. So please look into that before you start importing your contacts or adding contacts to your Mailchimp. As you can see, in our contact list, we have 3 contacts: myself, Susan Felix, our team lead, Jeanette Flores, and our shared training services email account, itstrainingservices@csusb.edu. You will see that I am currently the only one subscribed to our emails. And the reason for this is, since I am the one that creates the Mailchimps, I send them to myself before I forward them from our ITS shared email address out to the campus. For this reason, I suggest you do the same for your office. Add the email address for the person that will be creating the Mailchimps. That way, when you create your Mailchimp and you hit send, it only goes to the person that created the Mailchimp. From there, you can go ahead and forward the email to campus or to a specified group from the desired email address. I will show this later. Once your contact or contacts have been added, navigate to Content and Email Templates. This is our training services Mailchimp account. So you will see that we already have email templates created, but let me show you how you can create an email template from scratch. To get started, you're going to click on Create Template. Scroll down to Basic. Please note that with the free version, you are only able to use this basic template one column or this basic one column full width template. For this training, I will select one column full width. Select on the template you want and you'll be redirected to the building page. Please note that the template already has a couple of blocks put in place for you where you're able to delete any blocks that you do not want to use. You can do that by hitting this delete block or the trash can and hitting delete. So your standard text box looks just like this, the text box without a background. You have your box text, which adds a color background to your text. You have a divider to separate blocks. You have an image block, an image group if you're going to be adding more than one image, an image card, which is just an image with a caption. And you can see that this one has a border and this image and text does not have a border. You can have a share button, social follow, which are these buttons right here. Just a standard button that you can link to anything. A footer, you can insert code, or you can insert a video. To add one of these blocks, you do need to click and drag. So I will go ahead and add a divider between this picture and this text box. So I'm going to click on divider and drag it over to my body. Padding is just the space around the divider, so you're able to change that. You're able to change the border top, how thick it is, and the color of it. I want the border to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and make it black. Once you have changed your border color, your thickness, or the type of border, you can go ahead and hit save, and we can move on to adding another block. Since we already have a text block included, I will not add a new one, but I will go ahead and just edit this one. So I'm going to click on edit block. Once you click on edit, it's going to take you here to where you can update the text. You can change the font size, the font type, whether it's bold, italicized, underlined. You can include hyperlinks. You can create bullet points, add a picture, anything you want. So I will change this to, so that is the basic standard that is included, but I do not like that formatting. So I'm going to highlight my text and I'm going to center align. I'm going to change the font type. Please note that you do not have a wide range of fonts to choose from within Mailchimp. Select the font you want. I will do play for display. And I will make it 22 font. It's already bold. I will italicize it. Okay, I like how that looks. I will leave that for now. Now you're thinking, how can I add that Canva picture that we created earlier? Well, you're gonna go ahead and click and drag on image and add that to your design. And I'm gonna do it right under our text block. From here, you're going to click on upload an image. Please note that any graphics and images that you go uploading to your emails will be stored in the Mailchimp library, and you will be able to access these pictures at any point. But I will go ahead and upload the picture that we just created from Canva. Once you go ahead and hit upload, Mailchimp will upload that picture to your email template. From here, you're able to change the image display size by clicking and dragging on the slider. I will keep it about here so it's just a little bit bigger than our text. And I will hit save and close. If you wanted to add a video, please note that you must have a video link. You will not be able to upload any videos from your desktop. They do need to be stored somewhere, preferably YouTube. If you do add a video from a OneDrive or a SharePoint or a Google Drive, if your permissions aren't set up correctly, anyone that clicks on that video will not be able to use it. So I highly recommend that any video that you want uploaded to your Mailchimp be housed on YouTube. So to add a video, I'm going to click on the video block and drag it over underneath our picture. But let's say I wanted some separation between the picture and the video. I can go ahead and add another divider by duplicating the divider that we already have and clicking and dragging to our desired position. So going back to the video, you will see here is where you put your video URL. Once you have your link, go ahead and paste it to this text box and you will see the thumbnail appear. Please note that you're able to change the formatting of your caption as well as changing the background of your caption. To do so, we are going to navigate to Style, and here you will see Background. So I'm going to make our background blue. I'll do CSUSB blue again. So let me input that hex code, hit enter, and click out of it. And I'm happy with this. I can also round the corners if I desire, but I will leave it with the unrounded corners. If we navigate to settings, you will also be able to change the caption position and the image alignment. My image alignment, I will leave it as is, and I will remove this option for edge to edge just because I like that border around our video. And I'm going to go ahead and click save and close. I'm going to go ahead and add a text block here, and under settings, I will change the number of columns to 2 columns. You're also able to change the column split. So if you do want one side bigger than the other, you can go ahead and make that change, but I will keep them even. I will come back to content and I will change the text for both columns. As you can see here, we are editing column 1, and then you can edit column 2. I am going to make sure to center align both just so it looks a little bit more even. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save and close. With the social media buttons, you're able to add up to 10 buttons, and you have a wide range of social media links that you can include. So as you can see, there's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, so on and so forth. So you can scroll through this, see what you want to include for your office. Pick the ones you want. If you want to add more than one, you can go ahead and add another service. You have, for example, email, so you can add your department email, your department website. Once you're happy with the buttons, you can go ahead and hit save and close. If you come over here to style, you can edit the pre-header, the header, body, footer. So we will go over here to header. You can change the color of the running header. I will change it to red so you guys can see what that looks like, or you can also add an image. I want this educational background just to keep it within the back to school theme. Hit insert. Please note that sometimes background images are not displayed properly in emails. So if you do add an image, I would suggest selecting a fallback color that you like. That way, if the background image isn't displayed, you at least see a color that ties into your theme. So I will do a shade of blue just to keep it a little bit consistent with this background. You can add borders if you want, and you can make them thicker, as well as change the color. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and hit save, and you can do the same thing for the footer. And here's what our footer looks like. You can change the body color as well, but please note that sometimes you do run into issues with your email displaying properly if you do add a body color. So keep that in mind when designing your email. Up here in your header, you can add an image. I personally created a picture that has our training services logo into it. And I created this on Canva as well. So I created it on Canva, exported it, uploaded it to Mailchimp. So I'm going to go ahead and hit insert, and we see our header. Once you're happy with your email, go ahead and hit save and exit, and go ahead and name your template. Hit save, and you will be redirected back to your templates. To send your template out, you're going to make sure you're on the template you want. Click on this drop down and hit create email. Here is where your contact list comes into play. So for add recipients, you're going to click on that, click on audience, and you're going to be doing your subscribed contact. In this case, it's me, Susan Felix. I'm going to hit save, add a subject for your email, hit save. If there are any issues with your email that Mailchimp can pick up on, it will tell you here, and it will let you edit your design right with this button. But if there's nothing that you need to fix, you're all good to go. Go ahead and hit send. It's going to ask to confirm, hit send now, and it is sent. So whoever is in your contact list will be receiving that copy. Once you receive the email, go ahead and hit forward. Make sure that the email you are sending from does have the correct permissions to be able to send out either to campus or to certain groups. In this case, it is ITS Training Services that has those permissions. I will remove the forward. We typically send to campus, and then you want to make sure that you move your signature and any forwarding from information. Scroll down and remove this section as well. Once you remove those two things, your email is ready to send out. And that is it for this training session. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to training services by email, itstrainingservices@csusb.edu, or by phone at 909-537-7425. Thank you.